an ancient Bible full of secrets from 2,000 years ago? Despite our society becoming more secular and skeptical, the Bible remains the world's top-selling book. It contains the stories and core principles of Christianity, divided into 76 books or chapters across 2 testaments. From the creation of the world to the fascinating tales of Isaiah, Moses, Abraham, and Jesus Christ, this incredible book tells the entire human journey. The most captivating parts are the Gospels, which focus on Jesus' life. These 4 Gospels, written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are officially recognized as historical and religious accounts of Jesus' words and actions. While they may differ in some details, they are considered the authoritative texts on Jesus Christ's life. But what if I told you that there are different versions, one of which questions the widely accepted belief in Jesus' crucifixion? In this fascinating video, we will explore the Gospel of St Barnabas, an alternative account of the official events in Christianity, recognized by Islam. Additionally, we will delve into the legend of the Codex Gigas, a medieval manuscript famously referred to as the Devil's Bible. Before we begin this captivating journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest content. Let's begin our exploration. In an extraordinary event that unfolded over 2 decades, a notorious gang of art thieves met their downfall when their plot to smuggle a collection of ancient artifacts was intercepted. Among the stolen treasures was a priceless handwritten manuscript dating back 2,000 years, written in the ancient languages of Morocco and Aramaic, the very dialects spoken by Jesus Christ himself. Investigators were astonished to discover that this enigmatic book was actually a unique Bible, an unknown gospel that had never been found before. Such gospels, which fall outside the boundaries of the Christian canon, are often considered apocryphal, lacking divine inspiration or falsely attributed to various authors. Despite the controversies surrounding them, experts estimate the value of this extraordinary discovery to be an astounding $28 million. The author of this captivating text is none other than St Barnabas, an early disciple of Jesus in Jerusalem. Hailing from the island of Cyprus, Barnabas was a prominent figure among the earliest Christians mentioned in the New Testament. His presence can be found in both the Acts of the Apostles and the Epistles of St. Paul. Although not counted among the 12 primary apostles, Barnabas holds a revered status as an apostle in his own right. While there is speculation about him being the author of the letter to the Hebrews, historical evidence regarding this claim remains uncertain. Barnabas played a crucial role as a trusted collaborator of St. Paul and is sometimes identified as the cousin of the evangelist Mark. As an integral member of the growing Christian community in Jerusalem, he made significant contributions by spreading the teachings of Christ and converting non-Jewish communities in cities such as Antioch, Jerusalem, and Cyprus. The apostles held Barnabas in high esteem, recognizing him as a virtuous man filled with unwavering faith and the Holy Spirit. According to unverified traditions and apocryphal sources, Barnabas met a tragic fate as described in the Book of Acts. These accounts suggest that while he was preaching, a group of Jews in Syria confronted him and subjected him to torture and stoning. However, the Gospel of Barnabas, an ancient text dating back 2,000 years, challenges a fundamental belief of Catholicism, the crucifixion of Jesus. This Gospel, considered apocryphal and excluded from the official Catholic canon, presents an alternative perspective on the events surrounding Jesus Christ. Its notable feature is the claim that Jesus was not crucified, which directly challenges the core of the Catholic faith. According to this remarkable document, it asserts that Judas Iscariot was crucified in place of Jesus Christ. Moreover, the Gospel does not recognize Jesus as the Son of God or as part of the Holy Trinity. Instead, it portrays him solely as a prophet delivering the Word of God. Interestingly, the Gospel also accuses the Apostle Paul of being an impostor, which is a surprising revelation considering the close association between Barnabas and Paul throughout their lives. Such claims raise doubts about the authenticity of the Gospel of St. Paul and, by extension, the other three canonical Gospels, implying the presence of falsehoods or deception. While it is impossible to determine whether this text serves as a condemnation of Paul's influence on Barnabas's narrative, it undoubtedly presents a thought-provoking scenario involving an apostle and his alleged collaborator. The Gospel of Barnabas not only presents a different account of the crucifixion but also provides a detailed narrative of Jesus Christ's life, encompassing significant moments from the Annunciation by the Archangel Gabriel to the Virgin Mary, preceding the birth of the Messiah. This remarkable text follows Jesus' journey, shedding light on his actions, teachings, and profound words, with a particular emphasis on his preaching and the profound impact of his suffering. It concludes with a powerful message from Jesus himself, urging the spread of his teachings throughout the world. Compared to the four accepted Gospels, the Gospel of Barnabas is a comprehensive work that incorporates elements from familiar stories found in the Catholic canon. It weaves together well-known events such as the Annunciation, the visit of the Magi, the tragic massacre of innocent children ordered by Herod, Jesus' circumcision, and the significant episode of Jesus at the temple. From there, it moves on to Jesus' life at the age of 30, including his visit to the Mount of Olives and the revelation brought by the Archangel Gabriel. The text confirms the selection of the 12 apostles, presents teachings attributed to Jesus, and explores the life of Abraham, shedding light on the origin and significance of circumcision. The Gospel also includes a collection of meaningful stories called parables, the declaration of Jesus as the Messiah, a tense encounter between Jesus and the Pharisees involving a woman accused of adultery, the solemn warning from the Archangel Gabriel to the Virgin Mary about Jesus' upcoming crucifixion, the role of Pontius Pilate, and the profoundly symbolic Last Supper. It covers nearly every important event in the traditional Christian narrative, including the heartbreaking betrayal of Judas Iscariot, who infamously handed Jesus over for 30 pieces of silver. A significant departure in the Gospel of Barnabas occurs when it reveals that, according to Barnabas's account, God commands the archangels Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, and Uriel to intervene and rescue Jesus. They secretly transport him out of the house where they had gathered and raise him up to heaven. In a surprising twist, Judas undergoes a transformative change, taking on the appearance and voice of Jesus. When he returns home, he is amazed to be received as if he were Christ. Eventually, he is captured, crucified, and his body is laid to rest in Joseph of Arimathea's tomb. Jesus, desiring to meet his mother and disciples once more to recount what had unfolded, confides in Barnabas and assigns him the task of documenting these events. The Gospel reaches its climax as the apostles disperse after encountering Christ. One notable difference between the Gospel of Barnabas and the canonical Gospels is its mention of Muhammad on multiple occasions, identifying him as the Messiah who came after Jesus. This variation may explain why the Muslim world considers this text to be authentic. In Islam, Jesus is regarded as the Messiah for the Jews but not for all of humanity. Islamic beliefs diverge from the narratives found in the canonical Gospels, especially regarding Jesus' crucifixion as the means of atonement for all human sins. Therefore, it is not surprising that the Gospel of Barnabas finds acceptance within the Muslim world. While the four canonical Gospels contradict the religious narrative of Islam and Muhammad, the Gospel of Barnabas acknowledges Jesus' existence while aligning more closely with the Islamic religious perspective and its official historical account. However, the authenticity of the Gospel of Barnabas has sparked extensive debates, mostly within the Islamic community. Despite its intriguing nature, the prevailing consensus among experts is that this Gospel lacks historical evidence and scientific support, leading many to consider it a forgery. Several compelling arguments support this view. Firstly, the Gospel was written in Syriac, a difficult dead language to accurately replicate. Additionally, the traditional craftsmanship observed in the book's construction, with pages made of animal materials and a distinct style of manuscript, adds to its perceived credibility. However, despite the opinions of those who have scrutinized the text, the wider academic community widely regards this gospel as a fraud. It is commonly believed to have been created during the Middle Ages, specifically between the 15th and 16th centuries, rather than in the 1st century when Barnabas is believed to have lived. There is no historical evidence predating the medieval centuries that confirms the existence of the Gospel of Barnabas. It is notably absent from the citations and references of ecclesiastical historians, ancient chroniclers, and both Christian and secular texts. The lack of evidence supporting its existence is striking, with no citations or mentions found among early Islamic writers. Even if one were to consider the possibility that the Catholic Church suppressed this gospel, it would be challenging to substantiate such claims. The Gospel of Barnabas is the only widely circulated apocryphal gospel, with many other versions published during the early post-Christian era and often referenced in other works. The fact that there are no references to the Gospel of Barnabas seems to affirm its non-existence in ancient times. The legend surrounding the Codex Gigas and the Gospel of Barnabas is the only apocryphal text that has gained historical attention. The Codex Gigas, also known as the Devil's Bible, is itself a fascinating and mysterious document. It holds a unique place as the largest medieval manuscript ever discovered. Its enormous size is awe-inspiring, measuring 91.5 centimeters in height, 50 centimeters in width, and nearly 23 centimeters in depth. It weighs an astonishing 75 kilograms. Within its massive pages, the Codex Gigas contains a diverse collection of texts, including a complete Bible written in Latin, Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, and various works by ancient authors. It also includes chapters that delve into the realm of magic, revealing formulas, rituals, and a meticulously crafted calendar. The Codex Gigas is believed to encompass a vast amount of worldly knowledge within its single voluminous tome. At first glance, it may seem like a simple compilation of important works, but beneath its impressive exterior lies an enigma waiting to be unraveled. The origins of this remarkable book remain a mystery, intriguing experts who attempt to uncover its composition and creation. One striking aspect is its consistent appearance and quality throughout each page. Scholars generally agree that the Codex Gigas was meticulously written by a single scribe. Its precision and seamless continuity suggest that it was created within a remarkably short period of time. However, this theory presents a puzzling dilemma. According to these same experts, it would have been inconceivable to produce a manuscript of such unwavering consistency and superior craftsmanship in a brief timeframe. The process of crafting the Codex Gigas, they estimate, would have required around 5 years of continuous writing. Considering the limitations and customs of the medieval era, this endeavor would have demanded at least 25 years of unwavering dedication. Strikingly, the manuscript shows no signs of aging, alteration, or changes in the scribe's style. The enigmatic circumstances surrounding its creation persist, defying explanation and leaving scholars perpetually fascinated. The Codex Gigas has its roots firmly planted in the early 13th century. It is believed to have been crafted within the revered walls of the Benedictine monastery of Podlazice in Bohemia. Once a cherished resident of the Imperial Library of Rudolf II in Prague, its fate took a dramatic turn during the turbulent years of the 30 Years' War in 1648. Amidst the conflict, the entire collection, including the Codex Gigas, fell into the hands of the Swedish army. Today, this significant artifact finds its home in the National Library of Sweden, located in the vibrant capital city of Stockholm. The Codex Gigas holds a captivating mystique that goes beyond its historical journey and intriguing contents. It ventures into the realm of sin and the monk's pact, spinning a tale that surpasses the boundaries of its pages. In 13th century Bohemia, a monk named Hermann committed an unforgivable act, a transgression that went against the norms of the time. By breaking his religious vows, he had violated a sacred tradition, an offense that carried no forgiveness. The punishment that awaited him was truly horrifying. Herman was sentenced to a fate that would lead to his demise within the monastery's walls, trapped in a prison of his own making. This form of execution, known as immurement, involved constructing 4 walls around the guilty monk, isolating him from the world. Caught between these unyielding barriers, he would suffer a slow and agonizing death through starvation. However, as the final brick was about to seal his fate, the desperate monk Hernan pleaded for mercy and compassion. In an unexpected display of leniency, the abbot presented him with a proposition. The monk was offered a lifeline, an opportunity to escape his excruciating destiny. All he had to do was achieve the impossible: write a book encompassing the entirety of worldly knowledge in a single night. With no alternative, Hernan accepted the daunting challenge. It was a desperate pact, where he wagered his very soul to fulfill the task before him. Throughout the night, the monk poured his essence onto the parchment, sacrificing his innermost being to honor the pact. As the dawn painted the sky, he emerged with a completed work in his hands, thus securing his salvation and sparing himself from the gruesome fate that had awaited him. The Codex Gigas carries a fascinating tale linked to the curse of the missing 10 pages. In 1477, the Benedictine monastery responsible for its creation faced financial difficulties, leading them to sell this monumental manuscript. Fortunately, it found a new home in another Benedictine monastery in Brevna, unknowingly protecting it from the destructive forces of the Hussite revolution that could have resulted in its demise. The Codex Gigas remained in the possession of the Brevnov monastery until 1593, when it was loaned to Emperor Rudolf II of the Holy Roman Empire. However, the manuscript never returned, as the emperor's fascination with it transformed into an obsession that hindered his ability to rule. Ultimately, the imperial family removed him from power, and 6 years after his death, the 30 Years' War erupted, leading to the Codex falling into the hands of Sweden, where it remains today. Yet, the challenges for this colossal manuscript did not end there. In 1697, a massive fire engulfed Stockholm Castle, prompting efforts to save as many books as possible. Amidst the chaos, books were hastily thrown out of windows, including the Codex Gigas. While the manuscript survived the fire, 10 pages became detached from its binding during the chaotic escape and have remained missing ever since. Shortly after the fire, a trial was held to determine the cause and responsibility for the incident. The chief fire prevention officer and 2 officials were sentenced to death for neglecting their duties. However, the exact cause of the fire and the circumstances surrounding the missing pages remain a mystery. While the official account suggests that the pages detached in mid-air, some experts argue that they were intentionally torn out, considering the durability of the binding. This theory also explains why the pages were not found nearby. It is believed that the missing pages contained the rules of the Benedictine monastery in Bohemia. However, given the massive size of the Codex Gigas, it is unclear if the rules alone account for 10 pages. Despite advancements in historical research, certain enigmas continue to elude our understanding. Whether the Gospel of Barnabas holds truth or is a fabrication, the pages of the Codex Gigas continue to intrigue us with unanswered questions. Legends and myths offer us the opportunity to marvel, ponder, and learn, even if the answers remain forever beyond our reach.